The strangest last words in history. We spend our lives trying to make our words matter, writing speeches, sending messages, arguing over who said what. But in the end, when it really counts, as we prepare to shake off this mortal coil, what do most people say? Something profound? Something that echoes through history? Or do they blurt out something completely ridiculous right before the curtain drops? Take General John Sedgwick, a Union officer in the Civil War, who stood on the battlefield, watching enemy snipers in the distance, and confidently declared, "They couldn't hit an elephant from this distance." And then, bam, a sniper's bullet proved him very, very wrong. This episode, we're diving into some of history's strangest, funniest, and most iconic last words. Some were poetic, some were ridiculous, and some were just plain unfortunate. But they all have one thing in common. They give us an unfiltered, often hilarious glimpse into the final moments of fascinating people. Stick around, because by the end, you might just find yourself thinking about what your last words would be. There's something about a person's final words that fascinates us. We like to believe they hold some deeper truth, a last glimpse into the soul, a poetic summary of a lifetime. Karl Marx, philosopher, revolutionary, and a man never known for brevity, was asked for his last words. His response? A perfect punchline. Last words are for those who haven't said enough. Fair enough, Karl. Guess he felt his collected works covered it. Some last words make you think. Others make you wonder if the person knew they were dying at all. Oscar Wilde, the legendary wit, spent his last moments in a cheap Parisian hotel, and rather than reflecting on life, he chose to complain about the decor, saying, "My wallpaper and I are fighting a duel to the death. One or the other of us has to go." Well, the wallpaper won. And then there's Voltaire, the Enlightenment philosopher, who was urged by a priest to renounce Satan before he died. Voltaire, never one to miss a chance for sarcasm, replied, Now, my good man, this is no time for making enemies." Classic Voltaire, still playing both sides, even when the last seconds are all that's left on the clock. And of course, we have Dominique Bohars, a grammarian, who on his deathbed couldn't help himself. He said, "I am about to, or I am going to, die." Either expression is correct. Imagine being so committed to your job that you're editing yourself while you're dying. Sometimes last words show confidence. Sometimes they show regret. And sometimes they just show bad decision-making. Take Humphrey Bogart, the Hollywood legend. His final words: "I should never have switched from scotch to martinis." A tragic case of realizing your mistakes just a little too late. Though why the switch haunted him in his final moments is a mystery for the ages. Or Dylan Thomas, the poet, who apparently turned his death into a drinking challenge. His last words were, "I've had 18 straight whiskeys. I think that's a record." Congratulations. And then there's Jump Crawford, Hollywood icon, who upon hearing her housekeeper praying for her, snapped, "Nabbit, don't you dare ask God to help me." Guess she wanted to handle things herself. Not all last words are funny. Some are poetic. Others are just deeply confusing. Vladimir Nabokov, the author of Lolita and an obsessive butterfly collector, left us with, "A certain butterfly is already on the way." Okay. Eerie. And then there's Victor Hugo, the literary giant who gazed into the abyss and declared, "I see black light." What does that mean? No idea, but it sounds profound, I guess. Then there are last words that make you question everything. Take Thomas J. Grasso, a convicted murderer, whose final grievance wasn't about the meaning of life. It was about his last meal, saying, I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this. Oh, we know, Thomas. We all know. And then there's Anton Chekhov, the famous playwright who, in his final moments, requested champagne, took a sip, and sighed, I am dying. I haven't drunk champagne for a long time. And at least he went out classy. For centuries, we've placed huge importance on last words, treating them like they're revealing some hidden truth about a person. But more often than not, they're just words, random, unfiltered, caught in a moment. Karl Marx dismissed them entirely. Oscar Wilde made his about wallpaper. General Sedgwick's were a tragically bad miscalculation. And then there's Thomas J. Grasso, our murderer, whose final outrage was about being served the wrong kind of pasta. So, here's the ounce. Last words don't define a person, but they do remind us just how unpredictable life and death can be. We're flawed, we're funny, and sometimes we're completely unaware of what's coming. But if you take nothing else from this, at least remember, if you get the chance to deliver truly iconic last words, try not to waste your time complaining, I did not get my SpaghettiOs. And that's it. An ounce submitted for your consideration. Okay, well, those were their last words. Here's mine. I mean, at least for this episode. Anyway, I hope. If you like this episode, and apparently you did because you listened to the whole thing, we'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment. Maybe you could tell us about some of the weirdest last words you've ever heard of, or some that you might be thinking would be really funny if somebody said them just before they died. I don't know. Anyway, there's a couple other good videos. Maybe you could check those out, and thanks.